Hansons. If you're new here, we're a big, busy, and sometimes chaotic family. But at the heart of it all is love, support, and a whole lot of lessons learned along the way. Today we're talking about something truly special, the joy of watching our children succeed in their careers. As parents, we pour so much into our kids, guiding them, supporting them, and sometimes worrying more than we should. But then, there are those moments when we step back and watch them shine. And let me tell you, there's nothing like it. Let's get started. The journey to success doesn't happen overnight. It starts with little moments. The first time they show interest in something that they're so proud of and that they enjoy. The late night studying or practicing, and watching our kids struggle, grow, and push through challenges. And each step along the way makes their success even sweeter. You know, I'm really proud of all of our children. From the older ones all the way down to the little ones. I know the little ones don't have jobs yet, but they got big dreams ahead. And I look at my daughter, for instance, and she is going to school, doing her career, and also a bunch of other things around her. Our son, Colin, he is a guy that he doesn't care. He'll do a job, whatever job you give him. Right now, he's installing internet. So he's always climbing ladders, getting under houses, getting in attics. It's hard work, you know, especially here in the summer, because I think about him getting in these attics or crawl spaces and it is scorching hot. And then I feel bad when it hits wintertime because he's out on them telephone poles in icy weather, snow, sleet, rain, whatever it may be. And I'm sure as a human, it is miserable for him. And then you got Tristan and Keenan, and they both work in a wood factory. So they are throwing wood constantly, you know, and that I'm sure is never easy because it's a hard job. I mean, I've seen them come home with blisters on their hand and getting smacked in the face with a piece of wood and busting open a lip. It's hard work. And they were grain building, Tristan and Keenan. They didn't like traveling very much, you know, because they're gone for a few weeks to months at a time. So that was pretty hard. So they decided to get a job where they're local. They can go home at night, rest, cook food, not have to eat out all the time because, you know, eating out is a struggle. The prices of stuff, you're not getting the best food. So there's that. And then, like I said, you got Morgan. She's going to college. She's working her job. And to make ends meet, she donates plasma to help others and herself. So there's that. Just watching them grow up and seeing their career paths. Morgan is going to school to be a elementary teacher because she loves kids. And I think that is because, you know, growing up in a big family, and she is one of the oldest, she's always had to help the younger kids and help them with schoolwork. And because I'm going to tell you, this day and age, what they teach our kids is not what we learned in school. So I really struggle, and so does my husband, Jeremy, with helping them when you don't understand exactly what they're doing. It tends to get rough. All of my kids, I got Gavin. He's a busboy at a restaurant. And even him, I can see the pride they take in their work and their daily life. You get home, you see your paychecks on Fridays, you're like, man, you're able to go out and buy whatever you want. And that's a big thing. Like, for instance, the other day, Gavin's car has been broke down for a few weeks now, and they've been working on getting it fixed, but trying to find the parts is the worst, or trying to get the parts apart to put in a new part is a struggle. And he went over to see his brothers. Colin told him he wanted to sell his Jeep. So he offered Gavin the Jeep for a price, and Gavin gave him more than what he offered to sell it to him for, because he figured it was worth more than what he was asking. So Gavin was able to go to the ATM, pull that money out, and buy that Jeep. And he was so happy that he actually had the money to go buy that Jeep and fix his car. And it just shows a sense of pride, like, I'm doing this on my own. I can do it. I can buy a car. I can buy a toy. You know, if they wanted to buy a four-wheeler, they'd be able to go out and buy that four-wheeler. Colin's pride is he sold his little brother a Jeep, and now he's going to buy himself a new truck. There is a lot of pride that our kids take, and seeing that is amazing. It's so joyful knowing that us as parents did something right to teach our kids to work for everything they want and they need. You know, obviously it's needs before wants, but when all your needs are met, you can do whatever you want with the rest. We always tell them to save too, because you never know when you're going to run into a situation where you need that money. You blow a tire, you can buy one. You need an oil change, you can go get your oil changed. There are so many things that money could come in handy for that you have saved, and you won't ever have to borrow it from somebody else. So that is one thing. Morgan, you know, she has started college in a different school. So she went from driving 10 minutes to work and 30 minutes to school to driving 2 minutes to work and 5 minutes to school. So when she quit her last job, she moved to Springfield, and she was running short before she started her new job. So she decided that she needed to do something. She was doing DoorDash, and then she wanted to donate plasma to help people in need as well. So she started donating plasma to earn money and to help others. So our kids know, you know, what it means to work hard and struggle at the same time. And then you got Keenan, who, after he was done at the grain bin place, he searched and searched and searched for work and wasn't getting nowhere. Tristan had already gotten the job at the wood factory. He ended up talking to his boss, and his boss went and pulled Keenan's application there, called him for an interview, and he went in and he got the job. My boys, you know, they show pride by going to work every day and hearing from their boss, thanks for showing up. We appreciate you guys. You guys are hardworking boys. And that all runs down to how they're raised. And I am proud to say that when I look at all our children, I know they're raised right. We get compliments all the time by people on how well our children are, how well they're behaved, how hard they work, what they do in life, just how polite they are. It makes you feel good as a parent to know that you raised them that way and other people are seeing it. So that makes us feel great. Success means something to our family. Having a home with a lot of children is not easy, and not all families that are big can raise kids that are good kids. Sometimes them big families have kids that don't obey the law, that want to get in trouble all the time, that do drugs, that drink and drive. So when I see our kids, it makes us so proud, just watching them. And all's me and my husband do is sit back and talk about how proud we are of our children and their growth. And you always have one kid you worry about. I used to worry, and I don't no more, because that one kid that I worried about has come a long way. And I'm always telling them, every one of our kids, how proud we are of them, because they need to hear that. They need to know that they're doing good. Not only do they need to know, but I want them, and so does my husband, we want them to carry down that to their own children. We want them to show their own kids, when you work hard and you make money, you can buy whatever you want. As long as all your bills are paid, the rest is yours to do with whatever you want. And we hope that they will also teach their kids to save as well, because that's an important thing. It's also a big thing for us to make sure that our kids know that if one of them gets paid more than the other, not to just sit there and bash them. It is always a good thing to make good money. But if you're in a situation where you can't find a job making better money, then you work at the job you have until you can find a job that makes more or that is a better fit for you. Because it doesn't matter if you work fast food or you're a janitor or you're out there throwing hay around. It doesn't matter what job you have, physical or not, that you can't succeed at, because you may be bottom of the totem pole, low pay, but then you move up the chain. For instance, our son Adam, he went and got a degree in college. He works at the city helping with sports and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you, he doesn't make the greatest money, but he doesn't make crappy money either. And I've watched him sprout into a very successful person. He was in the military and just climbed the ladder, went from working in a restaurant all the way up to now he's a manager in our city. So seeing him sprout like that, I know that it makes him proud to know that he went to school and he was the first one to graduate with master's degree. The pay doesn't reflect on his degree, and I know it's heartbreaking, but eventually he will find something that his degree will pay off. I think a lot of times these kids go to school for certain things and the pay does not even match what they should be getting paid. If you are a hard worker and you have a degree in whatever, you should be earning pay for that degree. You had to pay for that degree, so your pay should reflect on that degree. And it just doesn't do that no more. And I know others that don't have a degree and they get paid way more. I don't think a degree should matter, but if you're going to school to get a degree because a job requires that degree, they should pay you for your credentials. I feel that way. Because you spend a lot of time and a lot of money to get that degree. There are some people that have degrees that are pretty lazy. And I don't feel that if that's the case, you shouldn't get paid what your degree is for if you're not going to put in the work. But then I look at my own kids and I'm like, from Adam all the way down to Anna. And I think every child of ours has a different path they want to take, and that's fine. Some want to go off to college, some don't. And I'm okay with that as long as they find something that's going to support what they have coming in bills and make sure they can live comfortably and happy. And I'm pretty sure that all of our children are on that path. Just by seeing Adam all the way down. Granted, Maddie, Torrin, and Anna are too young yet. They definitely have big dreams, and I hope and pray that they follow those dreams. And I'm going to be there to guide them, but they need to put in the work. So, that being said, success looks great on our children. And we did that. They did that. We showed them the steps to take, and it was up to them to take those steps, and they have. Every one of them. Sometimes you can talk to your children, and they won't listen. And then there are times that you talk to your children about the path they need to go, and you don't think they're listening, but they are. And when you see what you have taught them, when you see them doing that, you know that what you've taught them, they've listened. So it actually feels really good. I'm going to finish up here by doing my final thoughts. This is what I want to say. Watching our children succeed is one of the greatest gifts of parenting. It's a reminder that all the late nights and sacrifices and the hard conversations were worth it. It's proof that they're ready to take on the world. And even though they don't need us in the same way anymore, we're always there cheering them on. And we do. To the parents out there, keep encouraging your kids no matter what stage they're in. Their success is your success too. Thanks for joining us for another episode of We Are The Hansons. If you enjoyed today's topic, subscribe on our YouTube channel and get on over to our Facebook page and like and follow our Facebook page at We Are The Hansons. And you can also send us an email at wearethehansonsshow@gmail.com. Thank you guys and have a great week.